supplies needed.
Sorry.
Those are the classes to be able to order supplies needed to make a shawl, score up your material, sewing technique, ironing technique, and to be able to measure evenly and tie knots to create a four-sided women's dance shawl. Now you can purchase your supplies.
Oh, I'm upside.
We're upside down.
Are we still upside down? Is that upside down? Is it good now?
It's good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, places to purchase your items. Super Knott's Indian Store, Sharps Indian Store, Crazy Crow online, or you can request one of their catalogs. I usually get my stuff at Super Knott's because I buy in bulk, and if you order 3 or more yards of fringe, you get a discount on it. So that's why we get our stuff there.
Okay.
And they have a super selection of colors. I mean, you could just call them and say, I need this shade of something. They'll say, well, we have that. I said, good. Okay. So when you first get your stuff from Crazy Crow or whoever, you're going to get a piece of material, and it's not going to be hemmed. It's not going to be hemmed like you received it. I hem those in advance. So, and if you can't sew and you don't have a sewing machine, then you need to offer to pay somebody $10 to do it for you.
Yep.
Okay. Since we're doing it like this, we're going to act like this is the material that you received. Okay, it's going to be 60 inches wide. It's going to be 72 inches long. It's going to be folded. Now, if you've ever purchased or sewed material, you know that they are always off. It is not going to be square. So you are going to have to make it square before you sew it, because sometimes it can be 2 or 3 inches off on an end. So I kind of made this off right here, as you can see, right there on the end. So what I do is I take the easiest way to do it is to get a yardstick. Pretend this is a yardstick and not a ruler. And you're going to fold your material in half like it's folded now. And you're going to take it to where it's uneven. And then you're going to chalk that line. You're going to chalk it to where it is square. Chalk rubs off, so you don't have to worry about chalk messing up your shawl material, no matter what color. Okay, so there's the imaginary line. Then I take my scissors, and then I'm going to cut all the way down, cut off all that crooked material. So there you are, you're square. You may lose an inch or two, but that's better than coming out with some shawl. When you fold it, it's going to be off and it's going to be hanging down on one side or the other. Okay, y'all need to get your awls out.
We didn't send alls to them.
Oh, you didn't send awls?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all need to get your needles out.
Yep.
I'm trying to get underneath the thing here. Okay.
And this, do you mind leaving this with me? And I'll scan this paper. I noticed that I think it's backwards, right? Yeah, I will scan this and email it to everybody, so that you have it later.
Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to lay out one side of your shawl material. It doesn't matter which side. You can start right to left. You can start left to right. But you're going to have to punch your holes, and you're going to say, oh, how do I punch my holes? How do I know how to do this? Okay, well, if you're not familiar.
Before we go on the hemming, somebody asked if a serger would be okay rather than a standard sewing machine.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, whenever you do hem it, you roll it twice.
Yes. What I do is I will fold that first, the first edge, and then I will take my iron and iron it, and it semi-holds it down. So when you get ready to sew, you'll fold it over again, and you'll sew down the side.
Yeah, so you won't have a raw edge on the back where your hem is, it'll be folded under
Mhm.
into there. That, just that, if you do it like that with the raw edge, then that, it'll.
Yeah, it'll fray up and
Yeah, and it doesn't
it
look all
does
that
show.
good.
It
Yeah.
does show, and it makes your knots look not tied right, I guess.
Right, and whenever you have it the double, then you actually have like some space in here where it holds your fringe better.
Right, and it stays straighter.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see how to get started. All right, you're going to use a thumb's worth, your own thumb. You're going to use your thumb, and if you have a piece of chalk, you can chalk where your thumb is at. And like I said, chalk rubs off, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, if you get it any smaller than a thumb's length, but width, you're not going to have enough fringe. Okay, so then you want to take your needle, and from the outside, this is your outside, you're going to punch your hole with your needle, and it's going to be probably closer to the top where you see your stitching is than to the bottom.
And I think whenever I sent out those kits, I said that you may need an awl, but if you have pliers like to push it through, that might help as well. But I couldn't supply awls to everyone, but if you have one, if you don't, and we'll show you, this is what it looks like. And she will use one today since we have one.
Yeah, that's not to push it all the way through. It makes a hole.
Was there a question?
Yes, ma'am. I can't see this very well, and I'm wondering, is that material folded in half right now and she's doing, or is it laid out flat?
It's laid out flat.
Yeah, you just do one side at a time.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and at least punch one side of holes before I start tying. Because if you punch a hole and tie, it'll take forever, it seems like.
And you have to put your awl down, pick it up, put it down. If you're able to do it with just your needle, then you don't necessarily need to punch the hole, but that takes a lot more strength.
Yeah, and I have a well, it's healed now, a broke arm with nerve damage, and I need the awl. Now my daughter, she doesn't need the awl, but I need the awl. So get you about, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get about 10 holes, and then it'll get to the point to where you know exactly without the chalk where you're going to punch your holes.
She asked, you're punching it through the hemmed part.
Yes.
Are you punching the hole above the hem or in the rolled hem? In the rolled hem.
In the rolled hem.
I have a question, Kim.
Yes, ma'am.
Is she punching through the right side or the wrong side of the fabric?
The right side.
From the right to the wrong.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And she's a left-hander, but she's doing things right-handed, which it looks different on the video, but she's actually, yeah, it's like opposite, but she's actually doing it right-handed. You could do it left-handed and we would think it's right-handed.
Oh, okay.
That works for you.
But if you don't have the chalk, just guesstimate.
If you don't have chalk, a kind of a, let's see, like from here to here, let me put a dot here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we want it to be that wide. So if you put dots on your finger, I'm using a Sharpie.
Yeah.
You can line up here. And then that's where your next hole would be. Does everybody see that? That is just another tip of
Look at the trade.
trick of the trade, yeah.
So get your 10 holes and we'll go from there. And see, then your chalk, it'll just come right off. If I do a hole there, yeah. And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to talk about fringe. I always get the chainette, and I always get the 14-inch. Now you can get an 18-inch fringe, but unless you're going to do the fancy knot tying in shawls and stuff like that, then I would just get the 14-inch. I don't know if that's a
My
question
phone.
or what. They also make a spool fringe, but you have to cut every single piece of fringe. Oh, you got spool fringe, don't you? She's got spool fringe.
Who's that?
She's saying,
Linda?
she's saying something I can't hear.
Oh, she's-
I have spool fringe for the ones I'm working on at home because of the ones I'm making for my niece, just because that's the way I've always learned to do it.
Mhm.
So that's the only reason I have spools.
Yeah.
They came with me from California.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see who all's ready for the next step. Raise your hand if you're ready for the next step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think most people.
Most Debians are.
Yeah.
Okay. Find the end of your fringe. Okay. If you look at the top of your fringe, there's a top and a bottom, or what I call the top and bottom. The thick part is the top, what I call the thick part. The thin part, where there's only one piece of cord, that's the bottom part.
Is it, I'm gonna ask a question that I should have already known by now. Is there any way, like whenever you're doing Zoom, how you can make your own speaker view, your own video, the main one on my side?
Yes, if you go to view up in the right-hand corner
Uh-huh.
and make it the speaker, whoever's talking will become the biggest view.
Well, I have it like that, but that goes to the last person that talks, like it won't go to mine as the main speaker. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know how to get it that mine's the main on my screen.
There should be a way for you to pin your screen to the.
Oh, you
View.
are. That works, Tina. Thank you. All right, we're ready to move on. Sorry about that.
Okay, here's your fringe at the top. You'll see that each set, there's two to a, what I call strand. You'll just pull it right off. And you're going to do 10 of them. So you need to pull off 10 sets of 2. And I kind of whip them when I lay them down. And then sometimes you'll get a bunch of fray in between them as you're pulling them off. And you'll just get your scissors and just cut that off as you go. Throw it away. And then continue to pull.
Sarah, I just saw your what happened with the fringe. I don't know what that was in reference to. Sorry, I missed it whenever you asked.
Would be 10, I wasn't counting.
I wasn't either, sorry. I'm not a very good assistant, am I?
Okay, and then you're gonna take your needle. You're gonna put 2 fringes, thread your needle, pull it through about like this.
How did we, okay, we got a lot of chats right then. First, explain what the whipping does. She just did that to keep it straight.
Yeah, I just did it to keep it all together, kind of.
Like, she whips it so that it's all out straight.
Out straight.
So it's not
Like a big ball or something
Yeah.
like that.
Then my video went off. Every time I kind of move my thing. So it just kind of kept it straight. Mary said she'll have to leave early, but glad this class was offered. And this is being recorded and I will email it to everyone. Linda asked, I think Linda, I'm not sure who's on Lloyd's. How did you disconnect it? Can we pause? How did you disconnect it from that?
Oh. Okay, like on my end.
Maybe we can go a little bit closer. Let me get rid of this checkbox.
Higher. Okay, see, you have little loops at the top. See those little loops? In those little loops are 2 pieces of fringe. You'll go over to the side while holding it and pull it off.
The way that it's chained together, it's not really, it's pretty loose, but you do have to start from the end and you just it's kind of you're unraveling it out of it.
See the 2, you pull the 2, kind of hold it down. It is showing it in reverse, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, is everybody so far?
Did that make sense? Okay, we'll move on unless we need to.
Okay, so here is your first set of thread. You're going to go down to your first hole that you punched, and you're going to push your needle through it along with your thread, with your fringe. Pull it through until you have it like this. Then you're going to pull your needle out. You're going to gather all 4 ends of your fringe.
Amanda asks, you're actually going from right side to wrong side whenever you put it through.
Yeah. You're going to push it through the right side, it'll come out the wrong side. And then you're going to tie your knot.
Okay, this is the important step. So let me go a little bit closer.
Don't look at my short fingernail. Oh, and also, I do not wear jewelry of any kind when I tie shawls. I keep my nails short because I also do a lot of beadwork and sewing, and nails just get in the way. And you're just going to tie a regular old knot. And you're going to push that knot. You can use your needle to push your knot up to the very edge of the bottom of your shawl. And then you're going to push it up and it tightens it. And you can also hold it and pull down on the threads. And then there's your first knot. And if you notice, Well, this one came out pretty good. You're always going to be uneven. It doesn't matter. You're always going to be uneven, but when you're dancing with a shawl, no one's going to look at your shawl and say, oh, look how uneven her shawl is. It has never happened in the life of shawls.
I'm gonna start doing that now. I'm gonna start going up to Carolyn with the power.
I am almost start looking at everybody's shawl. So let's do that again. Okay. You're going to take 2. They are going to be even. You're going to stick them through the eye of your needle, pull it through. That's about halfway down. It looks like this. And you're going to take it, going from the right side to the back side, pull it all the way through. And then when the other side comes through, you're going to pull out that needle. And you're going to try to even it up a little before you, all 4 strands, pull it a little bit so it is even. Then you're going to tie that knot. Now, this is a trick. Well, it's not really a trick. This is how I really tie shawls. I don't set them all on a tabletop and try to do it. What I do, move my fringe here, and I'm going to go get my purse.
While she's doing that, Marilyn was texting me and asking if we had awls here, that if you're local and you need an awl and need to stop by and get one, you're welcome to come by and get one. Or hobby stores like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, they'll have awls that you can use if you need one.
Kim, Walmart also carries them.
Okay, very good. Where, like in the craft section?
No, in the sewing section.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, see, this one didn't come out so even. So what I do is I will stretch the shorter ones to see if I can't get them to come out more even with the long one. And that does help it quite a bit. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, what I do at home, this is what I do at home. Okay, because you feel like you're fighting the fringe and you're fighting the fabric and everything. What I do at home is I get something heavy. This is my purse. I use books at home. And what I'll do is I think it's a lot easier. You're not fighting your fabric. And so that's how I do it at home. I just go ahead, thread my needle, even it up at the top, punch it through front to back.
Sarah asks, the holes on the fabric, are putting the holes above the hem or on top of the hem? You're below
the hem, close to the hem.
Let me see if I can zoom in really well. Whoops, a little bit too much. It's close to the hem, kind of.
Yeah, more closer to the hem.
In between the bottom or the end of the fabric and the hem. Does that help? And then Amanda asked if you put anything on the ends of the fringe to prevent fraying.
No.
No, with this chainette, it doesn't fray.
It doesn't fray a whole lot.
If you're doing it off the spool, I would say yes. That fray check is good for it, but it really doesn't fray a whole lot. And you can use that fray check if you want, but she knows she doesn't use it. So if the master doesn't use it, then we don't have to use it.
Kim?
Yes.
Since I've used it off the the spool, I've never used fray check or anything with it. It works just as well.
Okay. That's awesome. So we might do like a slow motion on this knot just to make sure
Okay.
everybody gets it.
All right, I've lined up all my little threads at the bottom, tried to anyway. I pull it. Grasp it between your fingers there, see? You're gonna go through the middle of it. You're gonna pull it through. And you're gonna push your knot up.
And this is the part that she kind of goes back, and if they're uneven, then she kind of pulls.
Kind of check them, I'll check them and see how uneven they are. And then I'll pull the short one. You're always gonna have a short one because you're going around and you're making a knot, and there's always gonna be one short one. That looks pretty good. Not bad. I'll push this back a little bit. And then what I like to do is I like to go ahead and I will thread up the rest of them before I tie them. That makes it go pretty quick.
You've got the assembly line going.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband, he likes to pull and throw the fringe, and then I'll thread it and tie the knots. And then sometimes my husband, like if I have a big order, sometimes he'll go ahead and thread it and I tie the knots. He's not into the knot tying, but he's good at helping me when we have a bunch of orders. Your gabardine material that you purchase, now this is from Sharps, let's just say Sharps. They charge $5 a yard. And so you get 2 yards, that's $10. And then your fringe, if you get 2 yards of fringe, of chain 14-inch fringe, they charge you $8 a yard. If you get more than 3 yards of fringe, 3 or more, they drop it to $7 a yard. I usually order in bulk, so I get the 7. But they do charge a 3% card charge if you use a debit card, Visa, MasterCard, whatever. They do charge that. And then at the end of the day, when they go to the post office, they will tell you what your shipping is going to be. And then they'll say, is that all right to charge your card? And I said, well, yeah. And so, but they're very thorough when they do it. And that's what I like about using Sharps, is that they're real easy to talk to. But that's how much. Now, Crazy Crow, it's been a while since I've ordered from, when I first started doing this, I ordered from Crazy Crow. They only had like 2 or 3 colors. I don't know what they have now, but I do know that they were a little bit more expensive than Cuggy or Cuggy Supernaws or Sharps. But I do like that. If you go on to Sharps Indian store, you can pull up fabric, shawl fabric, and there's like, I don't know, there's like 50, 60 different colors along with the fringe.
Yeah. And then if you're ever in, Sharps is in Ponca City. And so if Marilyn just texted me and said that she's going there the next weekend. So that's a great place to visit. I mean, it's, if you're,
Huska is a cool town.
yeah, it,
Be sure to go see Danette Daniels at the Waterbird Gallery. She's Osage.
yeah,
I like her. She makes me laugh.
that's a lot in that part of
There
Oklahoma.
is.
It's about, what, about 4 hours from here?
Yeah, it's a pretty long ways from Wyandotte.
And then Oklahoma City Fabric. Have you ever bought from
I've
them?
never purchased from them.
I
I've
bought
heard
some
about it. but
photos from them, and it's gorgeous. And they're doing printed gabardine. It's expensive.
Really?
I think it's $25 a yard.
Oh, wow.
But oh my goodness, it is beautiful. So if you ever want like a special shawl, then you might check out Oklahoma City Fabric. They have it on, they're on Facebook and they show their stuff, and you can order that through them, but you have to just call them or message them and tell them what you want. They don't actually have an online store.
I've heard of them in some of the skirt groups.
Yeah, they're.
I ordered my ribbon in bulk. But Bill and I figured out it was only like 22 cents a yard.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
that's
awesome.
cheap.
Where do you get your ribbon?
Laughing Woman, what is her name? Laughing Woman Crafts and Supplies, something like that. And she does a bulk thing.
I've been doing a lot from Amazon lately.
Bill's waiting on an Amazon rock order. Hasn't got it yet. Okay, how are you all doing? Are y'all catching on?
Any questions on the knot tying or anything? Anybody brave enough to show us their
Yeah, show us your knots.
knots? Can I move this pen? Let me see. I see. Is that Kizzy's or is that Belle's? It's Belle's? You're doing awesome. Belle.
A joint effort, but it's Belle's.
Oh, this is looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
She puts the knots at a good place too.
good job.
You show offs too.
Let's see, who else is brave enough to show us? You gotta talk so I can see it comes up. See, Amanda's showing us.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Mhm.
Got it going.
Nice, Maddie. It's beautiful. Very nice. I don't think I said hi to you before. Hello. Let's see.
Oh, Bridget's got some help.
Bridget,
Right, that's Karen.
Karen's got a little one with her. Is your little one helping you, Karen?
He thinks he is.
Isn't he adorable?
He is.
Thank you. I think so. He's very sleepy now, though.
Oh, yeah.
It is nap time.
Laura's looking like she's just going to town. She's not even looking up. She's like, I'm gonna get this shawl done today.
You know, and it's good to try to finish one, because if you procrastinate, it'll be months before you get it done. So if you can set aside several days to tie one up, oh, it's so well worth it. And you can also, what I do with my shawls is I will iron them and hang them up. And then I don't have to re-iron them. I don't eat in my shawls. I don't let the kids sit on the shawls at powwow. You know, I'm pretty particular about my shawls.
Yeah, I should be more particular, because it seems they get thrown in your bag or whatever, and then they get wadded up and or a drink spills on it or something. And
Yeah, we have a rule. We've always had the rule. You don't eat, you don't drink, except water in your outfits.
yeah, that's a good.
I've seen them kids with them snow cones and everything.
Look at that design on gabardine. Isn't that gorgeous?
See, it's white.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a light turquoise. I'm not sure. But I don't know if my phone.
Can y'all see that?
Oh yeah. That's printed on gabardine. That's
On the
Oklahoma,
fabric that you're using.
yeah, the Oklahoma City Fabric Market.
Now, if you get real good at this, what you can do is, have you ever heard of applique? where you put an applique or something on it. If you want to put like, well, you guys, wind up, sorry, turtle. And so I have done a turtle shawl. And you get that heat and bond, you get satin, you put the satin to the heat and bond, and then you cut out your pattern, and then you iron it on. But you always want to do your applique before you put your shawl fringe on. It's so much easier. Let me see if I can find a picture of that shawl I did with the
Tizzy asked, we continue around the whole piece of fabric the same way.
yeah.
And yes, it's just, this is, once you get this, you just keep doing the same thing all the way around. Amanda asked, how is appropriate to decorate the shawls? I've seen some painted. How do you feel about that?
I say whatever, you know, I know a lot of them paint. I know a lot of them applique. Yeah, I've seen Mickey Mouse's on the little ones, you know, stuff like that. I don't have a problem with any of that. I have one good friend, and she paints hers. I do applique on mine. I'm trying to find, I've got too many pictures here.
You do a whole lot.
I do a little. I wanted to find one. I did the turtle on. I did a crawfish on one.
Oh, cool.
That was kind of hard though, cutting that out.
I'm sure.
I'll find it.
And if you have a,
Oh, here we go.
oh, isn't that gorgeous?
Here's the turtle one I did with ribbon work. And what I did was I did the ribbon work first on the bottom, and then I appliqued the turtle on with the heat bond and satin.
Yeah. Lindsay said you can use a Cricut to cut the fabric.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I have a scan and cut, which is about the same thing. Marilyn has one too. That you could cut out the fabric. I think it's easier. I don't know about the Cricut, but scan and cut, I think it's easier to go ahead and put like your heat and bond on it first and then cut it, just so that it's a little bit stiffer. But you can definitely do it without. It's just easier to do it that way. And Megan, yes, we'll do a slow motion knot again.
Here's a crawfish I did.
That's so cool.
There's a crawfish clan in our Quapaw tribe.
And so you just with the heat bond, you put it on your material?
I just make the square. I do my heat and bond and the material on the square, and then flip it over. I draw. I'm a drawer. I draw. I stencil it, and then I cut it out, and then I.
And then you put it on the thing, and then do you outline it?
Yeah, I do go over with a like a sewing machine.
Okay. And then do you a certain stitch that you do, like a zigzag stitch?
No, I just do a straight stitch, especially on like on the crawfish.
Yeah.
Okay, slow mo.
I'll show you I'll answer some more questions in a second. She's going to show.
Slow mo. Here you are. With your thread and your needle. I'm trying to get it in the picture.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Want to go through the hole. Come on the back side. Pull it through. And then I'm going to take the threads all the way down to the bottom, even them up. Trying to even them up here. Pull on it again. And then I'm going to tie the knot. And then I'm going to work it a little bit, work my knot a little bit to where it doesn't look like it's pushing up too far in the fabric. Then I'm going to come down at the bottom. If I have any short ones, I'm going to kind of stretch them a little bit so they'll match up a lot better. I burnt myself with an iron.
Oh no.
Okay, did you
see that? Is that good?
Let me do it again.
Let me go through. Got the thing. You can use a Cricut. Do we have electronic access to the logo for that? I can email it to you. We're pretty picky about who has access to the thing, but as long as for tribal citizens, we do send that. So I can email that to you.
Yes, I made my own.
Yeah. A Sizzix big shot will work well for that to cut it out. That's a good idea. I've seen those on crafting, what's that? Make It Artsy show. I've kind of wanted to get one of those, so that might be a good reason to get one of those, Tiffany. Can you use different colors of fringe on the same shawl? Karen asked.
Yes, you can, but be careful. Let me tell you why. Okay, this gal wanted a shawl, and she wanted like 7 different colors of fringe. And I said, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not going to look right. And she said, why? And I said, they just all mumbled together. And it did, it came out like what I call a clown shawl. That was a word that just stuck with me. However, I have used before 2 different colors, but not on the same hoe. I would do like 5 orange, 5 yellow, 5 orange, 5 yellow, and that turned out a lot better, and it looked like a fire. It looked like a fire shawl. And so it depends on how you do it. I did have one. Let me see if I can find another picture here for you.
You did one, I think it was you that it looks almost like unicorn color.
Yeah, it was a
really cool.
children. Well, I did 2 of them, and let's see if I can find it.
And I had a question for like a younger girl, the length of fringe, like for 4 years old or 7 years old. Would you still use the same fringe?
It's hard to find fringe. It's hard to find short fringe. You can get the longer fringe, and I have a Fisker wheel and a cutting board, and I'll cut it down to like 8 inches or 6 inches. It just depends on how old the child is. And I never do a 4-sided shawl with a child. They don't have the concept of a folded shawl to wrap around them. They just get all confused. So you just want to do like these wouldn't be the measurements. You just want to do a half shawl.
That's a good idea.
And you just want to just sew down the top. You're not going to put any fringe on that top side. You're just going to do the 3 sides, because fringe confuses a child too.
I know a lot of adults like that. Can I see that for a second? Yeah.
My mom has made shawls for my girls when they were real little. And because it is confusing for them to hold it, it's folded in half. So she folded it in half and then sewed like a small hem across the top of it. So that way they still had that full effect of the fringe.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting ready to show that, let me go back. Pin it. That what I like, because I'm like the little kids too, that I get confused with the shawls. Like if this is your shawl and you've done all 4 sides, you can fold it then, or you can do it before you even put the fringe on it. But like what Amanda was saying, that you go down and do a line, that you sew a line there as close as you can to the edge, and they call that a cheater seam, I think is what some people call it. That way it stays folded, and it's it stays folded neatly. Otherwise, like whenever I don't have that, then my shawl ends up looking like that whenever I'm wearing it or something, and it doesn't look pretty. So if you have that cheater hem or cheater seam in there, that really helps to keep it looking nice.
Here's this, I want to call it, like she said, the unicorn shawl, but with the different fringes. But you can tell I did so many pink, so many purple, so many blues, so many yellow, so many turquoise, and so many pink, to where it didn't look jumbled.
It's very pretty. But then once you get down at the bottom, and even then, even though that you did that, it starts looking.
Yeah, it starts gathering up.
Yeah,
a little
it's,
bit.
I mean, it's beautiful, but it's.
Now it's really good on a child's shawl to have the multicolors, because I did one for a child. I did one for an adult, but that's what they wanted. But I wasn't gonna mix fringes. I just don't think mixing fringes looks good. But it's what the customer wants. I warn them though.
She tells them they're gonna look like clowns. She's gonna get out there and make fun of everybody wearing that
Clown shawl.
that clown shawl. And they're not even.
Someone asked, why do we wear and make shawls? We wear shawls to cover ourselves. Women are supposed to be humble. And now in my tribes, I don't know how the Wyandots are. In my tribes, we wear shawls to be humble. We don't go into the arena without a shawl. We want our shoulders covered. So if you're, let's say they're doing a giveaway and they call your name, you just don't go out there without a shawl over your shoulders. If you don't have a shawl, you ask the Indian woman next to you, may I borrow your shawl real quick? And they will say yes. And then you put it on and you go up, receive your gift, shake hands, and then come back and sit down. But also, a lot of people didn't know this, but this is what my mother told me. She's 92 years old, and I really don't think time should change that much. You're not to wear open-toed shoes. You're not to wear shorts. Now, I have worn capris and Skechers tennis shoes, but I will not go into an arena with shorts on. That's just that's inappropriate.
Yeah, and we have the same rules in our arena as well, that your dresses or pants should not be above your knee. And I say that a little baby, we're not gonna go out and say your dress is too short if it's above their knees. There's a kid, there are exceptions, but for
women of age, girls of age,
and up, that there shouldn't be, their knees should not be showing. It's just a form of modesty that, and that's whenever we've taught our ribbon skirt classes, that they should be below your knee as well. If they're for ceremony, then they should be almost dragging the floor. But most of ours that we wear, that they're for just everyday wear, that it's okay to wear them a little bit shorter than that. Amanda asked, what's the proper way to fold it, wear it folded on your arm?
Okay, you fold it in half, and then you bring those two halves together, and then you fold it again, and then it should be able to hang on your arm, right?
Yeah, because the one that I would wear like that has embroidery in the middle, so I do it in thirds.
Oh, on the inside?
Yeah. I fold it in thirds and then I hang it on my arm if I would. And
you have to practice with it.
Yeah. The reason why you would wear it on your arm, for those that don't know, if you're wearing regalia, then you wouldn't. If you're like a dancer and you're all dressed out, then you wouldn't have a shawl around you unless you're a fancy shawl dancer, I guess. But you wear your shawls on your arm.
Well, if you're being honored, I think if you're being honored, someone puts a shawl on you.
Yeah.
If you're being honored.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all have any more questions? We're open to questions.
I do have a shawl in my office. Let me go grab it.
Okay. she's gonna go grab a shawl and show you something. You're gonna show them how to fold?
Maybe.
Could we see the knot one more time? Yes. Let's see the knot. Okay. I'll pull this one out. Okay, I'm gonna even it up to where, where's my, oh, there it is. Like
We
this.
see the knot one more.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Sorry.
Mhm. I'm gonna put it through the eye of the needle. I'm gonna bring it down about like that. And I'm gonna take it, pull this down. I'm gonna take it and put it through the hole, front to back. I'm gonna pull it out from the back. Okay, pull it off. And then I'm gonna even these up. Okay, I've evened up. All right. Okay, see, I've got 2 fingers right here. And I'm gonna twist it around. All right, then it's gonna come through right here. That's what you pull out. Then I'm gonna push it up. I can do some more in slow-mo if you need it.
I went and grabbed a Crazy Crow catalog.
Oh, I haven't had one in a couple years.
It looks like for the, if they're on a spool, they have more colors available. That looks about like 30, 40 or so. I like that they have one called Haskell. That's cool. A purple. I like that. Here's the chainette that they have. So about, oh, they have about 40. So they might have everything in the chainette. They have the, other than this 14 and 18 inch.
Okay,
6 a yard, which this is our wholesaler prices. So dealer prices. So it's probably more expensive than that.
And you gotta watch their shipping charges too.
Yeah, they have a minimum request, but they, I mean, they have some pretty colors. I like the Haskell purple. That would be pretty with the gold color shawl. If you're a Haskell rascal. We have kids. I know Amanda has a kid there.
They have more colors than what they used to, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, they've realized that people want a lot of colors. Or a Vikings fan, yes. Or a Lakers fan, I guess.
Are y'all weighting your fabric down to tie your knots?
I see a few head shaking. Yes.
It sure helps me.
Yeah. For those of you local, you're welcome to come and hang out at the Cultural Center and work on your shawl if you want. If you don't have a good table to work on or anything, you're welcome to come and, I mean, we have to be here. It's locked otherwise, but you can come and during the day.
Well, if there's a day that they would like to come.
Yeah, if anybody, and once we kind of get more, once we get busier, we can come and hang out on a Saturday as well. But again, I posted it the other day, our cultural center is open 8 to 4:30, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 3:30 on Fridays, and you're welcome to come in at any time. You can use our supplies that we have, our awls, we have sewing machines, we've got different things, so. But I know we don't have a whole lot of locals on here, actually, so.
Well, you said you had to mail out quite a few.
Yeah, we mailed out about over 40 shawl kits. And so the majority were not locals.
Yeah.
Which is great. I know a lot of the locals have been able to join us at shawl classes before. But I'm excited that we have some non-locals that are gonna, when they visit us at Powwow, they're gonna have their shawls made, right? Got a few smiles there that I'm sure they'll be done soon.
Oh, I'm having one at the Quapaw on the 5th. But I can, in-person class, it's hard for me to do over 20 at a
Yeah.
time. I usually have a helper. Jean Ann usually helps me. Jean Ann Blaylock. She likes to help me.
Need to leave. That's totally fine, kids. It was great to see you. It was great to see Bill. Shawl making in Seattle. I love that, Tina. Next time we're in Seattle, I hope you bring your shawl and show off everybody.
Anybody want to show us your
You
work?
want to show what you got? You probably need to, I'll unpin us so that
Do you want to show me?
Yeah.
you can talk and show.
Oh, look.
Hey, Bill, that's beautiful.
So good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Une.
Une.
Yay.
Bridget.
All
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yes, the colors look great together.
Yes, they do. Very nice. I love them. Is that the rust colored one? It's kind of,
Yes.
okay. I remember putting that one together. I'm glad you got that. We had that, I think that's the one that we had at our last class, and it was like there were 2 left over, and they ended up with
Yeah, yeah.
and I think they had like a blue with that rust color, and I was like, ooh, no, but then we got that kind of a turquoisey, I think, or what color is it with it?
Turquoise, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty. That looks really nice together.
Very unique.
Thank you.
Love the combo.
Anybody else want to show off their fringe so far, or their shawl so far? Bridget, I see yours. Oh, that is looking good. Whenever I saw it,
So much slower than he is.
but it looks really nice. It looks really nice.
It's the burgundy with the red.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
she works for Noise. Is that right? And that's the color.
Northeastern Oklahoma Indigenous Safety and Education.
Very good. Very good cause that you're doing. So those are the colors of them. That's why she chose those.
Yeah, we do a lot of missing and murdered and domestic violence. So
Very nice.
this will be nice.
Yes. Be perfect. Anybody else want to show off?
Well, I will.
Linda, very nice. Is that red and black?
Yeah, red and black. There's the halfway mark.
Okay,
Oh,
you're
making
doing
good
great.
progress.
Tina asked me to add French to all 4 sides.
Yes.
As long as it's
A thumb's width apart.
thumbs width apart and it's for an adult. It's not like a little kid's shawl.
Right, this isn't a little kid, it's average. If you're very, 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 very large, then you want to use 2.5 yards. I have done a 72-inch shawl for a gal that's probably a size 2 or 4, and she told me it was too big.
Oh,
So the
really?
next time I will cut it down for her.
Yeah. Chelsea, I see you up there. What do you got working on? Let me see it.
Yeah, my knots are, I'm still working on getting the knots.
Oh, it's pretty though.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty on your knots. If you want to look consistent,
Yeah.
You might want to zoom me in here.
Let me go back and try to find this.
If you kind of twist them a little bit,
Huh?
just twist them, then you can probably get them to look more consistent,
I see. Uh-huh.
because I have to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and then your knots will be more consistent.
And that could be like once you're all the way.
Yeah, once you're all
done.
the way done, you can hold it up and say, oh, I need to twist some knots. Yeah.
But those colors are pretty together, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's see, anybody else? How is Tina and Mom doing? Are they gonna show off?
I think we're doing okay.
I'm Sandy.
Ooh, very nice, yes. I don't see Mom's yet.
There's
Very-
Mom's.
What is Mom's name? I'm sorry.
Sandy.
Sandy. Okay, now I remember it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, thank you. That looks very nice. Heather, are you gonna show off for us too?
Yeah, I will. I love this. This is so fun. Thank you guys for doing this.
Absolutely, very nice. Red and black traditional Wyandotte colors.
I wanted nation colors. This is so
Very
nice.
Yeah, you'll be representing us in Chicago. Thank you for that. I love your earrings too. Very neat.
Baskets.
Yeah, very cool. Let me see who else has got. Megan looks like she has a good helper with her. Can't see what you've got going on, but I'm sure it's awesome. Don't see anybody else. Do any of the divines want to show off their shawls? I see Sarah's pretty light blue and purple, very pretty.
Oh, that's pretty. Everyone's catching on pretty quick.
Yeah. Lindsay, how about you? How are you doing?
Doing good. Slow. Slow
Ooh.
work.
Oh, yeah, slow.
That's nice. She made a beautiful ribbon skirt the other day, and she got the fabric from the Teton.
Oh,
company,
yeah,
really
Teton
pretty.
fabric. Oh, yeah, I
Really.
love that stuff. How much is that a yard? How much is that Teton fabric a yard?
It's $20 a yard.
Okay. The first MMIW material I bought was $25 a yard.
Yeah.
I got grounded from my PayPal account, but the guy told me that he did donate to MMIW. Now, whether he did or not, I don't know, but I think it's awareness that counts.
Yeah.
To me, it's more about awareness than being shamed.
Sometimes it's, yeah.
I mean, you know, your shamers out there.
Oh, there's shamers for
Yeah.
everything.
I saw that on one of our ribbon skirt group we're in.
Yeah.
So, did you donate?
There's going to be shamers for everything. So
Oh, I know. Shoot, back in my days, we called regalia costumes. We did growing up.
Yeah.
Well, that thing's real quick.
Oh, yeah. Look at this one. I think that gabardine. I think I'm going to get it for my son's girlfriend to make her a shawl with that. But I'll show you guys. It's at the Oklahoma City Fabric. It looks like the gabardine has like the veins in it, like it's turquoise, and then with those conchos on the bottom, it's really pretty. His girlfriend is Navajo, so she
Dene.
Yeah, she loves that stuff. When is it appropriate to wear a shawl?
Well, if they're honoring someone, like a head woman dancer, a head man dancer, and you really don't want to go out there and dance with them because you don't know them, you do want to stand up as a sign of respect, and you would want to you just want to throw your shawl around them out of respect for the person being honored. That's Let's see, board dancing. Oh, you have to wear one if you're board dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have any kind of facial piercing, they'll even come and tell you to take it off. That is not appropriate. Board dancers are pretty strict.
Yeah, they are. They don't want you to be wearing a hat. They don't want you to be, I mean, they want the men to be dressed up really nice, and they want the women to be well dressed nice as well. I mean, they're very,
I'll wear a skirt if I'm board dancing.
yeah. So a lot of times, anytime you go out into the arena for a powwow, you need to be wearing a shawl. I've worn a shawl at other events, whenever we had the Mission Church, when it was gifted back to us from the Methodist Church when up in Ohio, when we did the memorial walk. I wore several of us wore shawls. Memorial things like we do a memorial walk during the gathering, that would be an appropriate time to wear a shawl. When you're being named, when you're, I mean, anything that kind of Native related. Right, a shawl for a funeral that she went to.
I've seen women wear shawls at funeral.
Yeah, I at least try to wear a ribbon skirt to a funeral, and then if I go up, like whenever we're throwing tobacco in on the grave, I usually am wearing a shawl as well. But it's a sign of respect. It's not, we don't have like a you have to wear a shawl type thing for it, but and even at powwow, during intertribal dances, there's not going to be people come out and say, hey, where's your shawl type thing, but it's kind of out of respect that people do kind of expect you to be wearing a shawl at powwow. So I think I missed a question up here. Oh, Megan and Morgan, you're ready to show off. I'm sorry, I missed it. You ready to show us? I don't see you.
Where are they?
You're going to have to unmute and talk to us so it'll show up. Unless I pass you and then now you're not. Oh!
Yeah, but Morgan's been helping.
She's doing an awesome job. Very good.
Wow.
Megan. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job. I have to head out. That's totally fine, Kirsten. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, your main thing now is making time to make it. And
that's true.
It's just not something that it's going to happen on its own, and it's going to take some time. That Carolyn, I was asking her earlier how fast, and she's fast, so she said she can get it done in usually a day. But this might be a good thing if you're sitting watching TV or something. I like to, whenever I'm crafting, I like to put on an audiobook and listen to one, and we have a book club event coming up next week, actually, Braiding Sweetgrass, if you haven't read it, but I'm not all the way through it, but I'm listening to it, and it's an amazing book. I hope some of you can join us next week for that, but you can do your audiobook and work on your shawl as well. Maddie said we go to most events in New York City in skirts and shawls. We get a lot of strange looks on the subway.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, I've been wearing ribbon skirts to work every day. My goal is to do it every day in November and not wear any of them twice.
Oh man, I'd love to do that.
And so I don't have enough just yet, but I'm working on some as we go. But I think more people are getting used to seeing ribbon skirts.
I think they are too, but you know who else wears ribbon skirts, make ribbon skirts, I noticed around here? The Micronesians.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they have a lot of floral.
Yes,
they're really
their
pretty.
culture has the ribbon skirts, but it's I don't know, like you said, it's floral. They're scalloped on their
yeah, it's
on
really
their
pretty.
bottoms. You know, different styles. I mean, They do beautiful work.
Chelsea and Bridget and Kenan saying they're having to head out. That's totally fine, but we're glad you could
Thank
join
you for
us. Thank you,
coming.
Tijame, for coming. And I hope to see pictures soon of finished shawls on Facebook.
Yes.
That'd be great.
yes.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
And if you have any questions, I am on Facebook. I can just message me and I'll get back with you. If you have any questions, I just go under my name. I fly under the radar. Probably not next year when the new tax laws come in, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna show kind of how to put on a shawl, if that will help.
Let me move out of the way because the way we did it
Well,
before.
I'll do it this, turn this thing, and it's upside down. Look at that. Okay. Since we're not showing our skirts on here, I'll show you what you have poured right in the middle of it. Okay. I got this shawl at a powwow. I didn't make it. So this one doesn't have the cheater seam on it, so it does get like the, I keep it here at the tribe in case it seems things happen. You know, you need a shawl really quick and this, sorry, I'm trying to fix my hair. So here is, okay. So of course you have it on backwards. If you have on your back, and you want it even. If you have embroidery or anything, you want to make sure that that's facing out for your decorations. And this is Tammy Lux told me, and if you know Tammy, she's very regal, like how she does everything. She just looks amazing out in the powwow arena. But she said you really want to make sure you're even, and then she kind of grabs it down a little bit down. So you're not on the edge, you're down a little bit, and then you bring them together. And I'm a bigger girl, so I kind of need a bigger shawl than this, but you want to come around and you want those edges to hang down straight down, right? Maybe I need to come up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well,
what I do on mine is like you, and I can always tell I've got it on straight when they meet.
And they're
You can't
hanging.
see it.
Well, we're not going to spin on it. You know what? I can do this.
I don't run anymore.
So you're at their meeting, and you want to come around the purpose, the intention that you're covering up your, covering up yourself. That's the better way than what I was going to say. But you cover up yourself, and so that, and Tammy, if you watch her, she keeps her arms out like this, and boy, does that get tired, or you get tired quickly if you're doing it like that. But she just looks like a queen out there. I mean, she's just powwow queen, I guess. But I usually have a bigger shawl because I'm bigger around. So anyway, if they meet and hang down like that, you just really want to present yourself in a respectable fashion. You want to walk, and then you dance, however you dance. But
if you judge a contest, if you're asked to judge a contest, it's good to wear a shawl too.
Yeah. Anytime you're out there in the arena, or you're on the side of the arena too. And then a lot of times, like if you do an honor dance and then you go back through and you're shaking hands of everybody that was in there, then a lot of people do this, that they kind of tuck they go under their hand or under their arm, and then they wrap it over their shoulder,
so they're able to shake.
So they can shake hands like that. So after an honor dance, you should go through the line and shake hands with the family.
And I've also seen them wear them like this when they judge contests, so that arm, so they can free the writing.
They're writing. So as I mean, the intention is you're covering yourself up, so this way you're not disrespecting yourself or your people or anything like that. So you're still covered. And this is very appropriate to wear it like that. Let me make sure I hit out. So nice to see a couple of young people like Sarah and Morgan. It is. Morgan is awesome. I know seeing Sarah, she's just been working away. It's awesome to see her. And Rachel, I see there on Sarah's name. Linda's picture is blurred or something. I don't know if she doesn't want us to see her or what. But I took that off. My main shawl I do in thirds because there's an embroidery thing. But this one, I think, like if you were, are the ones that you hang on your arm, are they usually thinner? They're not as wide, or they're just like normal shawls?
Yeah, just because I interuse.
Okay.
But I've seen them do it like this, and then you put the fringe on the outside of the arm that you're.
So it would be like this?
No.
The other way? Oh, like it's going towards your hands.
Yeah. I've seen them done like that.
Okay.
And then I've also seen them the newer way. There's always a
They
different
always
way.
change, don't they?
Yeah. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Sometimes they put the fringe on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen them do that?
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking why they were thinner, or maybe. Yeah, but that,
like that.
so that's like a third.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I do my shawl, just because it has that embroidery on it.
And a lot of people will wear them long, and so that fringe will swing, and it's
so pretty to watch.
That's what wins you contest. It's
Yeah.
a swinging fringe.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need new Quapaw clothes.
What do you dance in?
Mainly cloth now, and I have a Quapaw dress, and I have a Pawnee outfit with the southern skirt, but mainly just a tea dress, but I don't have a belt that fits me anymore. Just the cloth. You know, when you have 9 grandchildren here, you want to be cool.
Yeah. Cool and temperature wise, not
right. Right. Yeah, but we set out for a whole year after Dad passed away.
Yeah.
And so we didn't dance then.
Oops, not going to do that. Oh, I did it again. Sorry. There we go.
But yeah, it really does help if you weight your. Oh, there's a content tonight. It really does help if you do weigh your stuff down. You can pull your fringe back. You can knot it with ease. You're not fighting your material. You will go faster. Some people say, can you wash a shawl? And I'm going to be very questionable with that. Have I washed shawls? Yes, I have. It would depend on the colors. If you have colors that match similarly, like, okay, I have this purple with this lavender. Yes, I could probably wash it. If I had like gold fringe and a red shawl or a green shawl, I'd say no. If it was white fringe, definitely not. But if you do, what you have to do is you have to take your whole shawl and make it into the tiniest ball in the world. And then you take a pillowcase and you stuff it in a pillowcase and you make it as tight as you can. You make that ball as hard as you can. And yes, it will wash. And I even washed, someone said, do a jingle dress that way. And I said, no way. Well, I did, and it was tight, and that thing came out perfect.
Really?
And my shawl came out perfect. Now, one girl did it, and she said it messed her fringe up. And you know what messed her fringe up? Because she didn't have hers tight enough in the pillowcase. So if you want to do it, fine. If not, you may be tying a shawl again.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to the more you care for it, the less you have to worry about that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I've had shawls I've had for years, and I've never had to have. I never cleaned them. I don't know if there's anybody that does dry clean shawls anymore.
Yeah,
Miami used to, but I don't think they do anymore.
And whenever she talked about the colors, there's not like you can't use certain colors, but I would definitely recommend not using white, just because of how dirty it can get. Powwows can get dusty and muddy and everything else. And even no matter how careful you are, I think that white can really
go fast.
Yeah. So your material or your fringe. But if you just really want it, you can have it. There is, I know Wyandotte, there is, our traditional colors are red and black. There are many native groups that they don't, red is a color that maybe it's only for, I think Osage, that it's only for the eldest son is allowed to wear.
Yeah,
red.
some tribes have their own.
And there's also a lot of tribes say that you shouldn't wear red at a funeral or when somebody dies, because red is the color that spirits can see, and that will cause them to stay here instead of passing over. And so you just might want to be careful with wearing red, maybe to a funeral or different things. And honestly, I don't know if that's within Wyandotte culture, but if you're going to another tribal, another person's funeral or different things, then you might just be mindful of it. It's just a kind of being respectful of their culture as well. But are there any other questions or comments, or you can unmute yourself if you want and talk, and we've gotten through everything.
I've really enjoyed this. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge, Carolyn. Thank you for putting this on, Kim.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you've done a great job.
Good job.
With keeping everybody posted and up to date with things.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Kim, I got some knowledge.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, they're all in here. I'm helping everybody.
Good job. I see Allison in the back. Hi, Allison.
It goes away.
Oh, God. How many people got there? 7 people?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm gonna take off. I have this sewing room to get done so that I can try to catch up with you, Kim.
All right. I'm excited that you've got your space back.
I know, so am I. But this has been very enjoyable. I'm gonna try to get that old shawl out and finish it. Hopefully the fringe is still good and that I was doing it right before. We'll see. So
that's my problem. I did my fringe wrong. Like the only time I've actually done a fringe, I did it wrong.
Did you?
Yeah, I tied it weird.
I even had people say, well, I want to save my fringe. I'm only going to use 1 string instead of 2. And I'm, no, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't remember, as I text Kim, I did this in 2004 and never got it done. It was supposed to my daughter. And so I just remember it's kind of a burgundy with black fringe. The fringe may even not be far enough apart. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess, can you undo the fringe and redo it? Or do you recommend that, Carolyn?
Yeah, if the fringe is bad and wrinkly and stuff like that, is that what you're saying? That's on there?
Well, no, if I don't have it far enough apart, do you think I can take it?
Oh, yeah, you can take it out. It's going to be hard. I was just cutting off all the knots though and getting new fringe.
Okay.
I had to do that. I messed up on an order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I may do that. So, but I'm looking forward to Sharps. So maybe I'll get new friends while I go there.
Oh, I want to go down there so bad.
Yeah, it's a fun store.
Yeah. Well, thanks to Kim. So yeah, I'm gonna go and see that grandbaby of my sister since I've never got to see him.
Oh.
Visit and go to Oklahoma City, OKC Fabrics. So I may come back broke. Right. Well, thanks a lot. It's been great.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, all.
Bye, One.
I'll see you guys later. I'm heading out.
All right. Have a great day, Linda.
Well, I
Bye,
promised
Linda.
Tracy I'd do something with her this afternoon, so I better get moving.
Oh, good. Enjoy.
Thank you, Kim and Carolyn. We're gonna sign off and get to work.
All right. Enjoy. I hope you get done really quickly. We can see him next week.
I'll be in next week. You know that.
I know. Have a great day. Well,
What the heck is with all this switching upbeat to sad, upbeat
Oh
to
my
sad?
goodness. So I'm gonna get off here.
Okay.
I'm dropping my kids off, and then I'm going to Ashley's wedding.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah, so got an hour drive. I'm gonna take my Shawl stuff with me and try to work on it in the car.
Yeah.
So
Good.
I think I can get some accomplished in an hour.
I think you can. And you're crafty,
So-
able to do that kind of stuff quickly. So
Yeah.
I know.
And if I hit a snag, I might send you a message on Facebook, Kim.
Okay.
Okay, and then I don't get off work during the week. Like by the time I get off work and get into Wyandotte, it's like 4:35.
Yeah.
So I might have to.
If I
message you a
if I
lot.
ever need to stay late for anything, just let me know and I can. It's not a problem.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate it, and you guys have a great day.
You
Thank
too,
you.
Amanda. Talk to you later.
Bye.
So slowly but surely, everybody's signing off.
Kim,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to get off. I've got some things I need to get done, and I appreciate you and Carolyn so much. It's been so helpful. I can tell you this, the shawls that I made, which I've made two, they're not right. So
Oh, really?
I'm kind of like Marilyn. I'm going to have to redo. One of them has got too much fringe and the other one has not enough. So
Yeah.
Well, if you get too much fringe, that makes them heavy too.
yeah, it is heavy. It's very heavy. So I'm going to try to redo, and I appreciate you guys so much.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
And we will check in with you later.
All right. Good.
Okay.
Good for you. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Is there such a thing as too much fringe?
Yes.
If you're a weakling, then yes.
It makes it heavy.
Yeah,
It does make
especially
it
this gabardine is heavy
Yeah.
anyway too. So Tina asks, is Oklahoma City Fabrics in the city proper or further out?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I've never been there. I just have seen it on Facebook, so I don't know.
I
Tina.
Google it.
Yeah.
Google the location.
I don't know. Let me.
You say they're on Facebook?
Yep.
There should be a map.
Their address is Oklahoma City, so yes, it should be in town. You should try to make it to Wyandotte, Tina, when you're in Oklahoma. It's in, Karen said it's in Northwest Oklahoma City. I hope that helps.
It's probably way off.
We're gonna be there super duper fast in December, so I don't know if we can get up to Wyandotte when we're there.
Understandable. I saw somebody that I don't know if it's the same school, but it's somebody that they're in an Oklahoma school, that they're a dancer in the ribbon skirt group, and they have ribbons on their dance, like their dance skirt that they wear.
I saw one.
And it was so cute.
Little ballerina, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's white.
That's what her daughter, she's an amazing dancer. Oh, here it is. When you have a ballerina, you make her represent. She goes to O State. And see that? Maybe. I can't see it.
That's it. My eyes are so bad. I can't
Anyway, she
see
put
it.
ribbons on her skirt. I thought that was cute.
Overlay.
Yeah. Can you show a close-up of the knots? Yep, let me go in.
Raise it a little bit.
Is that good?
I'm trying to get it. I'm getting further away
You're
from it.
good.
I'm doing the opposite.
It looks good. Yeah. Once you kind of pull on them and roll them around in your fingers, that helps them to all be the same size.
You kind of roll them around. It loosens it in a way, but still it adjusts them to be more uniform.
Are there any questions right quick before we sign off? I'm excited to see a whole bunch of shawls next powwow from all over, a whole bunch of different colors out there.
Yep.
I'm glad that we did different colors instead of just black and red. That way we have a lot of more personality showing up.
There'll be even more Easleys at the next one. I tried to bring down as many as I could this for the gathering or for the meeting, but there's a lot more. So.
You did a great job, Maddie. I was impressed by the showing of Easleys.
Yeah, there's about double what you saw. So
that's great. And hopefully next year we will have a powwow and dance and enjoy.
Yep. Yep.
Annual meeting is good, but it's the powwow is so much better.
It is. I like the Wyandotte powwow. Mom and Dad for the last 2 years have gotten Elder of the Year.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's great. And it always ends on
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, like Grandparents' Day.
Yeah, Grandparents' Day.
Grandparents' Day. I enjoy that.
Dad was on oxygen. He was out there.
Oh, really?
Dad. Yeah, Nancy got her oxygen on. There I'm about to burn up, and he says, "Oh, it's not hot." Yes, Dad, it is hot out here.
And my boys almost carry my mom around with their one on each side and pulling her through.
Well, that's what we did with Dad. We got on each, he says, well, I have to dance. I have to dance. I said, all right, all right. Go.
Is there a minimum age for shawls or a younger age where it's acceptable for a child to not be in one?
I made a shawl for a little girl who was barely walking, and you know Jessie Bohey. She had the little baby.
Yeah.
Made a beautiful outfit for her. She kept taking it off, So I made a shawl for her, and she was barely walking, but she wore the shawl.
Yeah, and it's acceptable to not be in one. You know,
If they're learning to dance, you know, you don't. I've had people say, "Well, I didn't want them to get out there because they didn't have a shawl or an outfit," but they were a little kid. They were like 4 years old, you know, 4 or 5. Let them get out there and dance. Just let them get out there and dance. I don't know, but then I've always had my kids in something, you know.
Yeah. There's not a set rule or anything like that, but for the most part, when they're going to be dancing, it's going to be an intertribal, and not everybody's going to have a shawl anyway. So it's especially the little kids, they're not going to look down on you for not having a shawl. But you know, by teenage years, they should have a shawl, I would think, or even kind of younger than that, a little like 10, they should probably have one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any girls that I had to worry about that.
my mom and dad had 3.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Hopefully one day I'll have granddaughters that I can make some shawls for them. But and also it's hard to keep little kids wearing their shawls, or that it kind of goes all over the place.
They do. That's why I say don't double them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, and what they do at Turtle Tots, because they have a little kids powwow every year also, that they pin them onto them, so that way it's not dragging the ground or anything like that. So thank you, Megan, for joining us. Have a great day. I'll see you signing off. So anything else? I'll give you a minute. Anybody else got anything, any questions? And we can go over a minute if we need to. I'm gonna let you unmute or type out what you want to type out. Rachel, do you want to show your shawl? How you doing? I got a little deer in the headlights look. It looks beautiful. Good job, Rachel.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. A fan making class. I haven't had that, but I can ask somebody to do that. Do you know? Okay, we can find somebody and see if they would mind doing a class for us. And always, if you have anything that you want to learn, I'm currently trying to find somebody to do finger weaving for us. But if there's anything else you want to learn how to do, then let me know and I'll try to find somebody to do it. Mary Jacobs for the finger weaving. Okay.
I tell people don't bring any kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a class on finger weaving, and there were so many kids running around, and there were younger kids there too.
Yeah.
And they spent all the time on the younger kids, showing them how to do it. And so us elders, we just sat there like this. We came for a class, you know.
Yeah.
We're not learning much.
Yeah. And that might actually be a better one on like Zoom, because we can zoom in on what they're doing. That finger weaving is
Oh, finger weaving is hard.
It's almost, you need a one-on-one demonstration.
Yes,
with that, And I
yes.
think that's why Zoom would be a good
Mhm.
avenue of teaching that, so.
And Mary is good. And I want to say Gavin McCarty, he might do finger weaving. And his granddad taught him how to do that. Oh, it's Mary McCarty. Finger weaves.
I've made one
But Joey,
belt.
oh, I bought mine.
I just did it to say I've done one and that's it.
I always bought mine.
That Virginia, the one that makes all the, used to make all the ribbon shirts, huh?
Roman.
Yeah, I think she did most of our honor guard sashes.
Mm-hmm.
She used to do everything.
She was good.
Yeah.
She retired.
Yeah, she has Maria Nichols do it for her now. Yeah. I don't know if she does finger weaving. I know she does the ribbon shirts. Well, I think it's been a minute.
Well, thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It was great to see you. I hope everybody has an awesome day and that you're able to finish your shawls. If you have any questions, just message me, email me, and I can get with Carolyn if we need to. So I'm gonna stop recording.
That's mine.